Okay, we want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. You know, basically, brothers, we did a response, mainly tackling the word reincarnation. You know, myself here, my name is Bashai, and the brother to my left,
Monaghan.
Yeah, from DC Camp. And basically, you know, we're going to tackle this lesson. The Apostle Tahar had put it out there. Apostle Gabar did his response on it, you know, through the Spirit. You know, we're going to dive in, you know. But yeah, basically, we're going to start here, Luke 20 and 27. It says, then came to him, talking about Yahweh Shai, certain of the Sadducees, which deny that there is any resurrection. And they asked him, if you pull up that word, Adam online, you know, in the word resurrection, we dive in right away. It says, originally the name of a church festival commemorating Christ, who we know the real name is Yahweh Shai, rising from the dead, from death. And from Anglo-French resurrection, the Old French resurrection, the resurrection of the anointed, and directly from the Church Latin resurrectionem, nominative resurrectio. This is the main point the brother got highlighted. A rise again from the dead, noun of action, from past particles, stem of Latin, resurge, rise again, appear again, see resurgent. And basically, the word resurrection and the word reincarnation is no different. And I firmly believe this in the spirit that Esau, you know, took that word out, you know, from throughout, you know, the years. You know, you got the Bible Destruction Group, in which they alter certain things to water down the understanding. But see, that's the thing. We get the spirit of the Lord, like the Apostle Gabar put up, you know, that when Yahweh Shai stand at the door and knock, he said, if you open the door, he's going to sup. So, amen, you can't take away the 100% understanding of his knowledge from his men. You know, so if you want to go back, so now we got the understanding of the word resurrection. We could read it again. It says, then came to him certain of the Sadducees, which deny that there is any resurrection, and they asked him. And another thing that's reincarnated are groups. Groups are reincarnated. You got guys out there, that's trying to debunk the concept of reincarnation, just like back then. Now, verse 28, it says, saying, Master, Moses wrote unto us, if any man's brother die, having a wife, and he die without children, that his brother should take his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. And that was a part of the law back in the ancient world. There were therefore 7 brethren, and the first took a wife and died without children. And the second took her to wife, and he died childless. And the third took her, and in like manner 7 also, and they left no children and died. Last of all, the woman died also. So they think they're asking some kind of question to Yahweh Shai to where they was going to stumble him up. Right? Because Yahweh Shai he talked about himself dying and coming back again. You know, his spirit being able to do that. So it says, verse 33, therefore in the resurrection, whose wife of them is she, for 7 had her to wife. Right. So continuing on, it says, and Yahweh Shai answering said unto them, the children of this world marry and are given in marriage, but they which shall be accounted worthy to obtain that world and the resurrection from the dead, neither marry nor are given in marriage, neither can they die any more, for they are equal unto the angels. And Apostle Gabar went into that, how there was different bodies, celestial and terrestrial, and then from one life you transfer over from the terrestrial body unto the celestial body. And are children of the Most High, being the children of the resurrection. Now that the dead are raised, even Moses showed at the bush, when he called the Lord of the Most High of Abraham, Yahweh of the Yahweh power of Abraham, the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob. For he is not the power of the dead, but of the living. For all live unto him. Showing that what? Spirits don't die, man. All spirits are still. There's, like the Apostle Gabar said, there's a translation. There's a transferring over, man. Just like when you order a package, say for instance, a brother sent something from New York all the way over to Cali. All that was a transition. You know, it didn't go nowhere. It traveled throughout the states. UPS might have got it or whatever the case is. But it was just a transition. That's all it is.
Yeah, and in that, there's I'm bringing this up again through the spirit, that in that law of the conservation of energy, where it basically says in physics that, because we know that energy, our spirits are pure energy. So energy cannot be created or destroyed. All right, and of course in these times now, because of course all of our spirits were created at one point in time, but it cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. An example of that is when you shoot pool. You know, when you use the energy to move that cue ball to hit the 8 ball or whatever ball you hit, that energy is transferred from the cue ball onto the next ball. It's never destroyed or disappears. It transfers over.
It's called convection.
Right.
Convection is heat transmittance from one thing into another. Like if you leave, you have a pot of boiling water, and you take a spoon and you put it on like that pot, for instance, that the spoon will grab that heat onto. If you hold your hand on that spoon long enough, it's going to get hot. Meaning what? The convection is a transferring of heat, which that's ultimately what the spirit is. The spirit ain't nothing but heat. You know, continuing on. Keep going. Luke 20 and 39. The certain of the scribes answering said, Master, thou hast said well. And after that, they durst not ask him any question at all. And he said unto them, how they say that the anointed is David's son. And David himself in the book of Psalms, Yahweh said unto my Lord, notice, you can highlight that, that's lowercase L-O-R-D. Capital L-O-R-D is the name of Yahweh. Lowercase L-O-R-D is just master, the word master. It says, sit thou on my right hand till I make thine enemies thy footstool. Why? Because David, he did what? He cast down all the thrones around, and then Solomon was raised up. David therefore, verse 44, David therefore calleth him Lord. How is he then his son?
Right. Right.
How is that?
God.
And then in the audience of all the people, he said unto his disciples, beware of the scribes which desire to walk in long robes and love greetings in the markets and the highest seats in the synagogues and the chief rooms at feasts, which devour widows' houses and for a show make long prayers. The same shall receive greater damnation. See, these guys, they came up with their own philosophies and their own doctrines to baffle up the people, you know. But the true doctrine is in resurrection, is in reincarnation. Hence, what the whole point of Yahweh Shah was to come. Why? For him to die, and the Most High was to take his spirit out of his body and then put his spirit back in his body. And that's what people know today as the resurrection, which is no different than the word reincarnation. The word reincarnation, again, is back in, meaning in. Incarnate was back in the flesh. And that's exactly what happened with Yahweh Shah. You know, if we can, brother, real quick, get on Edom Online, Article Shah, the word retard.
Yo, I just thought of something too. Why would Moses say that we were going to go into slavery on ships again?
Exactly. Into Egypt again.
Why would he tell us that? I mean,
right.
You know it's our people going to go, but he was literally saying, no, you're going to go into slavery again.
Kind of. Right. Now, let me see. Yeah. Right. So they kind of go off. They kind of go off, but it says to make slow or slower. It says, how do you say? For instance, see, and I'm proof that they go off because when you're tardy in school, what does that mean? That means you're late. That means you're slow. You know, but the prefix of the word retard is back. So the word retard literally means to back slow. So when someone is born that way, or a retard, if you will, because this was a medical condition, it wasn't always a slang. This was actually a diagnosis that the doctors would prescribe to people that had a child that came back slow. See, there you go. There you go. Yup. Yup. Yeah. Back, the word re, the prefix is back. Re is back, and the tarde, or tardy, which means slow or late. So when somebody is retarded, that means they're slow. But what happened? They came back slow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just another aspect of what we're touching on. You know, there's a I don't know if you know it off top. Remember, it was a blind man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. I thought it was Mark 9.
Hey, yeah, no, John 9.
Okay, come.
Yeah, let me go to that. We're done here in Luke, right?
Come.
Let me just go to that real quick. Yeah, it says John 9:1. And as Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples, all right, and his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, that this man or his parents, that he was born blind? It says, Yahushua answered, Neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of Yahweh should be manifest in him.
Right. But basically, they had the understanding that, okay, if you mess up, then you can come back, messed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you were going off in your past like that, the judgment was on earth. Matter of fact, Solomon said that in Ecclesiastes.
Yep.
Yep, here it goes. Ecclesiastes 3:16. It says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So the place of judgment is where? Under the sun. So when you mess up, you go into this. When you pass or you rest in peace, when the spirit transitions from the body, you go into the spiritual world, and then you get your judgment, and you come back on the earth to fulfill your judgment. Just countless accounts where Yahushua, where there was a man, I'll never forget that there was a man at the gate, for instance, I believe it's Centurion's daughter. That was another account in John, and basically everybody was all marveled, but they were saying, what did Yahushua say? They sleep. It's not that big of a deal. You just sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a form. How do you rest? You sleep. That's all it is. But yeah, that's it on that. But if we can go to 2 Samuel. Yep. Now this is 2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 13. This is the prophecy that Yahweh gave unto to David, his son, to David's son. What would happen, because David was told in this chapter that he would not be able to build the kingdom because his hands. He was not able to build the temple because his hands was too bloody. So he told him, he said, look, man, I'm going to have your son. He's going to build up my temple. Right? And then here it goes. It says, 2 Samuel 7:13, he shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men. All right, so, hey, we all know the whole concept. They made a movie on it, or the Passion of Christ, if you will, showing what? That the anointed, which, hey, what was said in Luke the 20th chapter? What was said in Luke the 20th chapter? Let me see. Let's go back there real quick. Here you go, Luke 20. Right, verse 41 is the point. It says, and he said unto them, how say they that the anointed is David's son?
Right.
This is plain, man.
They asked it.
Right. The proof is in the pudding, man.
God.
There's
a lot of pudding out
yeah, cut.
God.
Cut. If you don't, Bible Bashar, 2 Samuel 7,
yeah.
Go back there. It says, I will be his father, verse 14, I will be his father, and he shall be my son. if he will commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men. But mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. And thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. Right now, damn. Oh, the account with Solomon, Baruch Shah. Yep. So we're gonna read about Solomon and prove that Solomon didn't get beat with the stripes. We know Solomon in the history did what? He built the temple. He built the house of the Most High. So it had 2 Samuel 7 chapter had to be talking about Solomon. Mm-hmm. But this is the account of Solomon. It says, in the rest of the acts of Solomon and all that he did in his wisdom, are they not written in the book of the acts of Solomon? In the time that Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over all Israel was 40 years. And Solomon slept, the key word slept, with his fathers and was buried in the city of David, his father, and Rehoboam, his son, reigned in his stead. There's no account of Solomon being beat with many stripes, unless you have the concept of reincarnation. Mm-hmm. Reincarnation brings 2 Samuel 7 chapter to life, mm-hmm. going into the scriptures. That's plain, man.
Here it goes. This is where the prophecy happened. This is where it happened. It says, John 19:31. The Jews, therefore, because it was the preparation that the body should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for the Sabbath day was high day, besought Pilate their legs might be broken and that they might be taken away. Then came the soldiers and brake the legs of the first and of the other which was crucified with him. But when they came to Yahushua and saw that he was dead already, they brake not his legs. But one of the soldiers with a spear pierced his side, and forthwith came there out blood and water.
Yeah, come.
And it says, and he saw that it bare record, and his record is true, and he knew that he says true, that we might believe. For these things were done, that the scripture should be fulfilled. A bone of him shall not be broken. And another scripture said, they shall look on him whom they pierced. Well, that pierced is that chastisement. That piercing is the chastisement with the rod of men. Because before he got there, you watched the movie, they was beating the shit out of Yahushua, man.
I got it right here.
Go ahead,
This is Luke chapter 22, verse 63. And the men that held Yahushua mocked him and smote him. And when they had blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, Prophesy, who is it that smote thee? And many other things blasphemously spake they against him.
Where was that at?
Luke 22 and 63.
Okay, yeah, that's fulfillment of prophecy.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, because resurrection has to do with prophecy as well, too.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, you know, it's another good word, too. Regeneration.
Huh.
Come on, son.
Being born again.
Come on, son. Come on, son. This don't make no sense. This is evident. You know, this is evident. If you don't mind, Baruch Shah, you can pull it up in Blue Letter. Yeah, the word regeneration. To be born again. How are you born again?
Right.
Rebirth, man. Reincarnation, man. That's what happens, man. So you guys open up a can of worms, and then, you know, hey, it is what it is. You know, all this information start coming out. The Spirit, we didn't prepare this like that. You know, we had a couple of scriptures, but the cup start overflowing.
Yeah,
man.
sometimes the Spirit, man, just start flowing.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 19 and 26. It says, But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, With men this is impossible, but with Yahweh all things are possible. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. But what shall we have therefore? And Yahweh said unto them, Verily, surely I say unto you, that which ye have followed me, in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So the resurrection, if there's no such thing as a resurrection, how are they going to be able to sit with Yahweh Shai?
Right.
They wouldn't be able to, because they wouldn't be able to return to the earth. But here Yahweh Shai is telling them, look, if you forsake all, I'm going to bring you back with me.
Right.
And you're going to judge with me.
Right.
Over the 12 tribes.
Right. He said, because another scripture, matter of fact.
Oh, let me read the next verse while you get that. It says, And everyone that forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or land for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life.
You know what? That's the spirit that I was going to get that, because he told them that when he first dropped their nets. I think it's, I don't know. I don't think it's Luke. It's Luke. It must be John. John, the 2nd or 3rd chapter. Maybe I'm getting these. Let me see.
God. But yeah, this topic is really when you have the understanding of the scriptures through the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai, it's not really that hard at all to understand. It's just a matter of how to break it down. To make it easier for the elect to understand. Because it's one thing for us to understand, that's good, but the elect, they need to understand this too, because a lot of the men out there of our nation, they believe in this heaven and hell thing. They don't believe in a reincarnation. They don't believe in a resurrection. And you even got some jakes that are so bugged out, they'll believe in resurrections, but they think you're going to come back as a tree, or you're going to come back as a lion, or if you were bad in your life, the Most High going to send you back as a mouse to get ate up by a bigger animal or some shit. Know, the scripture says that the spirits of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. So if you were a prophet or whatever you did in your old life, the Most High is going to bring it back into this life. Like me and this brother, we probably was doing the same thing we was doing in our past lives. Hey, even when we go out, they'd be like, "Dang, are y'all twins? Are y'all cousins?" Who knows through the spirit, we might have been cousins in our past life. Or straight brothers.
Yeah. Hey man, you said you mentioned it. Well, yeah, it's all spiritual. It's all spiritual. The spirit, yeah, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai knows the deal, man. It's all spiritual, man. It's all spiritual. All right. That's it for me.
Yeah, that's all I had too, bro. It would call Halal Yahweh Shemel Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh Shemel Shai. And shalom to the elect out there. I hope you were edified through the spirit. And of course, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.